here, Alderman in Ward 6. Welcome to the Chill and Heal Show. We're here to fuel your mind, body, and soul with goodness. Open up, share, be real, be raw, overcome, let go, and simply live a joyous, chill life. And in studio, my Senator Victoria Sullivan.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh my gosh. This is like such a blessing. December, right before the holidays.
It's so fast though. I'm so far
fast.
behind. I'm looking at my kids' Christmas list today, and I'm like, oh my God, I haven't done anything. And I think we should petition the president to say we need to change when Thanksgiving is. It should be November 15th every year, and that way you know exactly. You've got 6 weeks till Christmas. Because this late Thanksgiving kills you.
It is. It squishes everything.
It was almost December by the time we finished cleaning up from, Thanksgiving dinner.
I know.
Crazy.
Oh. Here, Mike. Keeping us in line. Oh my gosh, this is so good.
That people at home must be, that reaction was so funny because we're both like, now can you hear us?
Can you hear us now? Oh my gosh. So I figured today we would just bring on the joy of the holiday season and coming together. And you have been fighting on the front lines for traditional values, standing up for children, parental rights. You ran for mayor. I mean, you've been in the thick of it. When I was working in a spa, being a mom, and you don't realize what actually goes on in the political world, which is when you're really doing it, you're serving the people. Yeah. And you don't, it's a lot with campaigning. So thank you so much, and I wish I would have known the impact, and I would have been with you sooner. Does that make sense? It's like one of those things. We're busy with our life, and we don't realize,
I was like,
as elected officials,
whenever September 11th rolls around, I always, reflect on how selfish I was prior to that day, right? Because I didn't have kids yet, but I was just so wrapped up in my day-to-day, I didn't think about politics or anything, how it affected me or impacted me in any way. Yeah. And I think a lot of people woke up then, and I started paying attention. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't until I had kids that I got involved and it was because of things I was seeing in the schools and things that were happening. And parents were basically, if you had a concern, they were like, you're just a troublemaker. We don't want to hear from you.
And that's
right? So I think God shows us all in His time, because it's never our time, right? In His time,
so true.
When He calls us to start paying attention and get into the fray. Yeah. And so I love that you are an alderman, and I know we'd be a better city if you were mayor, but I also totally respected the fact that you decided to stay in Ward 6 because we needed you there so bad.
For me, I just want common sense. I want to work as a team. I just want to stand up and do what's right for all of us.
And I wish we had so many more like you.
Oh my gosh.
I just don't understand why people keep voting for the same folks.
They consider me crazy.
I know.
And I'm like, why? Because I want to talk about everything and come to a solution.
If this gives you any
in
solace,
public instead of behind closed doors. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So when I first served in the House from 14 to 16, I'm from 14 to 18. I think from 14 to 16, I kind of stayed under the radar a little bit. I was new. I was learning and everything. In 2016, when Trump got elected, the place went crazy. We went from being like really able to work across the aisle and fight we'd fight like heck in committee on policy. Mm-hmm. But then when the hearing closed, we'd be like, hey, how's your family? Good. How was, and we'd go eat across the street with each other. When 2016 came in, they were so angry that Trump won and Hillary lost that they declared war against Republicans. Mm-hmm. And people that were formerly friends in politics and outside of politics, and I'm sure this happened to you too.
Oh, I've been disowned from some family members because I wouldn't take the shot because I already had COVID. I had the antibodies. There was no reason for me to take the shot. Freedom of choice. I just don't believe in censorship.
Well, they made me mask up for debates with Joyce, even though I had COVID, and my, just 6 weeks before that we debated.
Oh my God, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and she had
I wasn't paying attention.
She had gotten vaxxed supposedly back in January. So who had the better immunity to it? I did. Yeah. And then they started, we knew by that time that people that were vaccinated were not showing a lower viral load than people that had it. People that had actually had it had a lower viral load than people that were vaccinated. And but these are the believe the science people. Science be damned, really, because they did not care at all what science was saying as soon as it shifted into a different. And they still won't.
Then it's like,
they
don't
still
look
won't
over
admit
there.
that they were wrong about those things. It's
How sad
crazy.
is that? If I'm wrong on something, I'm just going to admit it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? It makes me a
Yep.
better person, that I can shift and go, you know what? I didn't know what I knew back then, or
Yeah.
you know what, but science, it does evolve.
And what made me, I know when people say it's a science, it's down to a science. Science changes all the time. Saying it's down to a science doesn't mean anything.
And
it's
we're
not
all
in
different.
stone.
We're
Right.
all different. What I'm allergic to is different than what you're allergic to,
Yep.
vice versa. Never mind the massive spike protein that is
Yep.
really the biggest problem with everything.
The biggest concern, and Rand Paul has a great book documenting everything that Fauci did, all the illegal
When is there
steps
going to
that
be some accountability?
because he was pardoned by Biden.
Yeah.
So the only thing you can do is tell the truth and make sure that he's unemployable, basically. And there's not much else you can do. Just make sure he's never put in a position like that again. But the biggest thing, and they've never apologized for this, is telling people that it was okay to be around people that were vulnerable now. You can be around your grandma, go give her a great big hug. You can, go spend the holidays with people and don't have to worry about anything.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as people were vaccinated, they basically threw any other precautions out the window,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And told them that they were perfectly safe. And now we know that it never deterred the virus from
You
spreading.
could still give
Right.
the virus to someone else,
Right.
even though you were
And
vaccinated.
they never apologized. And that always bothers me, because I'm like, how many elderly or people with compromised immune systems were harmed because they lied to the people, and they never ever came back and retracted the statement and said, I'm really sorry, we gave you false information, and you may have jeopardized the health of people that you love because we gave you false information. Because it was all of a sudden if you got vaccinated, no mask, and
you can travel and you can do
you can
this,
do
and
anything,
you can do
right?
that.
And
But
the reality
unvaxxed
was,
were vilified.
through all of that, there were very little people. I mean, you had to go basically to the dark web to find the people that were talking about how vitamin D was a cure, how there were certain nasal sprays that helped. And I mean, my doctor, I'm grateful.
Ivermectin, how it's a Nobel Peace Prize prescription, and that made a difference in people's lives.
I was grateful because when I got COVID, I called my doctor, and she said, listen, so just, get some sleep, make sure you stay hydrated. She sort of had a timeline down. If you're not, by day 10, you should be feeling better. Or if you're worse, call me. We've got the antibodies reserved for you. But take this supplement, do this. And she really did a holistic approach. And then the backup was also medically there if I needed it.
Yeah.
And luckily I didn't need any other medical interventions. I still take it's monolaurin and L-lysine that she told me to take. It's just it's a coconut derivative, and coconut oil derivative, and I still take it, especially at this time of year when you're around a lot of people. There's flu. My sister, I told her to take it. She almost died from COVID. She was actually in a coma in Boston in Mass General. She was very, very sick, and she takes it religiously, and she's like, I'm telling you, anytime I get sick, I take a couple of these, and it's really reduces. It's like you will never get sick, but it
Building up
reduces
your
the
immunity.
symptoms and the duration of your illness. And these are things we don't talk about. I mean, vitamin D is necessary.
Essential.
And in New England, you don't get it. I mean, I spent this.
We need the sun.
I lived on my kayak, and I think I always posted pictures of my little
I
inflatable
need a
kayak and
kayak.
me on the Piscataquag. And even as much as you're out there, only in August do we actually have the sun close enough to us in New England to actually get enough vitamin D. And you've got to be outside. I think it's like 15, 20 minutes a day to get it. But for the rest of the year, you're depleted, right? So that little bump doesn't really do much. You have to make sure you have it all the time. And those are the things that they're just so concentrating on the pharmaceutical side of things, even the commercials.
I know.
The commercial, you're going to have,
insane.
if you've got plaque psoriasis, you can take this, and it's going to clear up your skin.
But these are all the side effects.
You might die, but you're going to look great in that coffin. These are these are the
It's
things, right?
Insanity.
And I would really
a natural approach is always
I
way
would
better.
really, I'm a free market person, but I'm thinking our bills are already in now. But if I got reelected, and I hope I do, because I really do love serving, I think we should
I'm
look
so
at.
grateful you're serving.
I think we should look at putting limitations on advertising when it comes to those things in our state, and say, no dramatizations when it comes to medicines, because this is a really serious thing with serious side effects, and it shouldn't be dramatized. I mean, there was one ad where parents are standing in front of their kids and protecting them, and like, if you don't get them this vaccine, you're a terrible parent because they will get cancer. When you look it up, the odds of them getting cancer from the virus that it actually is supposed to deter is very small, and the side effects are very significant.
Have you seen the inconvenience study? You really need to check it out. Check out Inconvenience Study, and it is all about the vaccines. There's behind the scenes people that have been censored for years. Really just unbelievable information, and it's just so important to knowledge up and figure out what is best for our family. But we need to know what the facts are.
Right. So when my kids were little, you second guess everything when you're a parent. You want to protect them from everything, and you get all the vaccines because they tell you. And then I started to get concerned about the metals in the vaccines, and I asked their pediatrician about it, and she said there's no more metal in the vaccines than in a can of tuna. And I was like, but wait a minute, you're not supposed to give little ones tuna fish because of the amount of mercury in it, right? So those things made me start to question these things, and I actually did draw out their vaccine schedule. I mean, they weren't in daycare, they weren't any, so I drew it out, and I was really angry that I had to get them the chickenpox vaccine before they could go to school. So I'm glad that I'm starting to see these things start to unfold.
Because back in the day, I got together with my cousins, we all got chickenpox. Well, so it was like not a big deal.
Here's the thing, chickenpox vaccine started showing that you could, it could be detrimental later on in life. You'll still get shingles. You'll still get these other things, right? There were some concerns about there were just other concerns that because it was still fairly new, right? But their biggest argument was, and this is the same argument they used to get all-day kindergarten in. If your child gets sick, parents are out of the workforce, and we can't have them out of the workforce. So it wasn't about the fact that chickenpox was necessarily harmful. It was that they didn't want parents having to take time off of work, and that was the same argument for all-day kindergarten. Well, we need to get women in the workforce. It doesn't matter that every single study shows that kids staying home to the age of 5 do better long term, or that half-day kindergarten is actually more beneficial to the kids. But, and the increase of boys especially that were diagnosed with ADHD after all-day kindergarten was put in, right? Because they're made to sit for so long.
That is just wrong.
Right?
Kids need to play. I always talk about that. I know that you had made some.
I have a bill in this year to expand my play-based kindergarten law to K through 3. It also mandates recess and says you cannot take away.
Mandates recess.
Shouldn't have to do it. Shouldn't have to do it. And also says you cannot take away recess. You can't use taking away recess as a punishment, because it's often the kids that are so full of energy, they get in trouble in the classroom, right? And then you take away their opportunity to get rid of some of that energy, and then you've got chaos for the rest of the day. And I was surprised because I thought teachers were going to push back, and I actually had a teacher reach out and say, don't leave it up to the schools. Say it has to be at least 20 minutes. I'm like, really? She said, yeah. Takes at least 5 minutes to get jackets on and boots on, right?
Yeah.
So make sure it's at least 20 minutes. And I was like, all right, great. So
that is so great.
I hope we do that. But again, some of these things are just about getting people in the workforce, and they're not really about what's in the best interest of the children.
And if you go and check out Inconvenience Study, it's really, really important. Check it out. Highwire put it, I think it was Highwire put it out. But it's unbelievable because it really breaks down that we're sicker than ever.
We are.
And
Robert Kennedy Jr. is great about talking about these things.
Yeah. We've been vaxxed more than ever before. So for me, I'm just like
and what's in the foods? I mean, I have a bill in that will say that you can't use SNAP benefits for soda and candy. And I had the soda industry come before me and tell me, but we've made soda healthier. Like, you haven't. You've made less sugar. Like, I'll give you that. You took sugar. I'd rather have soda with cane sugar in it. And they said, well, we can't do that. Do you know how much farmland that would take? And Representative Rice was with me, and she said, let's go farmers. Like, let's give the farmers some work to do, because cane sugar is much better for you than the things that they put in there, right? And so they tried to give me a little handout of all the chemicals and how the studies have shown they're not actually harmful. I don't want any chemicals in my food.
Yeah, we do not need any more chemicals. We have enough chemicals around us. It's just out of control.
There's zero nutritional value in candy and soda, and that's why I chose those two things.
Yeah.
We want healthy kids. We want people to be able to feed their kids.
Healthy, strong kids.
That's it. And these are and I didn't have it in my house when they were little. I mean, holidays, that was basically it for soda, was holidays and birthday parties. And I think, when you look at the numbers, that we'll be releasing the numbers on this when it goes to the hearings in January. The amount of it's they won't tell me exactly, but the studies show between $11 billion and $26 billion is what the soda industry makes off of Snap.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And they sell water. I mean, so why can't you just sell? Like, they can still buy the water with it, Snap, right?
Yeah.
And juices and stuff. You just can't buy soda or candy. Yeah. So we're trying New Hampshire healthy again.
Yes.
Right?
Make New Hampshire strong again. I love that. So, do you want to share some of your biggest, most proudest moments as a senator this past year?
The education freedom accounts, universal education freedom accounts. I still get calls from parents every day, and unfortunately, the House did end up putting a cap on it, and I'm trying to get that cap removed this year. But especially parents of special education children were the biggest surprise to me, that they're able to now utilize EFAs to get their kids what they need. And that was the big, I shed a tear or two when we signed that, because it was so hard fought. And when I was in the House, we tried to get the education savings accounts in, and we failed. So, of course, they got the EFAs put in 2021, I think. So this was sort of a retribution for me. I felt like we really got something accomplished here. And I increased the penalties for child sex trafficking. We were having an issue of using our seacoast for that. And so that was a big accomplishment. And I've got a little bit of pushback, which was really shocking. But most everybody voted for it. So it used to be like 7 to 14 years, I think it was, don't quote me. And we changed it to 18 to life. And that was 18 is the minimum. And that's for every year that a child loses of their innocence, and then to life. So, yeah, that was, so those are the two, I think, biggest accomplishments that I had last year that I'm really proud of.
That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you for fighting the good fight.
It is my honor to serve.
And we are so blessed to have you. And where can we find you so we can support you?
So Victoria Sullivan 4nh.com is my website. I'm on social media, Twitter or X, and Facebook. I had some EFA children come up. So the best part of our job is when the kids come up to visit the State House, and they came up a couple weeks ago, and someone asked me, what's the best part? And I'm like this, talking to the kids. I said, every time I walk into that building, I feel honored and I feel humbled when I walk in, especially through that Hall of Flags that has all the flags there from all the wars that our Granite Staters were involved in, and the flags are tattered and torn, they're covered in sweat and blood, and they're just as they were taken off the battlefield. And whenever I walk into that building, I feel so honored and blessed to be there representing the people of New Hampshire. And it's just, I told them, I hope that you feel like that every time you walk in here too. It's pretty amazing.
Moving.
And it's decorated for Christmas now, and every year in the gift
shop,
they have their annual ornament that is made by Miss Virginia, who is the historian for the State House, but she also runs the visitor center. And last year was the Senate. This year it's a beautiful one from outside, looking at the State House through the arc. And you guys should, you should definitely go up there, take a tour of the State House, and
now, can you do that anytime?
Anytime. I think they close at 4, but anytime during the day, Monday through Friday, and pick up your ornament. Tell Miss Virginia I said hi.
Oh, I love that. And some of your favorite holiday
so my
traditions that you do with your family.
Like my older son just turned 21 Tuesday, which is
happy
crazy.
Birthday.
And my other one is 19, and we still do an annual trip up to Santa's Village every year. I mean, of course, it's changed a little over the years because they're older, but I mean, Santa's Village is just such a treasure in the state, and it's so full of love and happiness. And it's still affordable. I mean, the ticket prices are a little, because everything is mostly, because of insurance.
Everything has gone up.
But you can still afford
insurance.
to eat there. They're not, gouging you. You can leave and eat in your car if you want to and come back in, It's just a really happy place. And all the rides are just fun. Nothing super scary. Just really fun rides for kids. And we still go in, but now instead of the boys sitting on Santa's lap, we all get behind Santa and take a family photo. And, it's just a really, really, and it's a little break that we take before everything gets super crazy. And I hold on to this because my younger son is going to college in Virginia next year, so I'm not sure we'll be able to fit these in, but I hold on to them as much as I can, hoping to keep the tradition going until they have babies, and then we can continue
And then you can do it all together.
And then another thing that we do is, and this started when they were in elementary school, because I was running a Christmas play every year for their school, and things got very chaotic and hectic. And when the play would end, we would decide on what night we were going out as a family just to take a break. We just go out to eat. Usually we go to the Common Man and just take a break. We play Christmas trivia while we're waiting for our food to come and do riddles or whatever.
Fun.
But I mean, we don't allow phones at the table anyway, but this was just a chance for us to reconnect, and we still carry on that tradition every year. And it's just a chance to decompress before the actual holiday, because you need to stop in the middle of the craziness and just reflect on why you're there and hold on to that family.
Yeah, and the reason for the season.
Which, it's a whole nother thing that we're dealing with right now, is the reason for the season.
Which is so, I just want to invite everyone to Christmas at the Arena. And Brendan, can you share? Everyone is welcome. One Church, December 21st. Doors open at 2:30. 4 p.m. at the SNU Arena.
My husband's actually playing in that.
Oh, I was going to ask you. I was assuming.
He is. Yeah, he's playing guitar.
Amazing music, sharing God's love. They didn't do it last year, but all the other years I've always attended and super excited. It's on my calendar.
Do you need to get there early, or is it like... There's plenty of room,
There's
right?
plenty of room, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful time at the Arena, sharing God's love, and amazing next level music.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. They're really awesome.
Unbelievable.
They really are.
Shiloh battles.
Yeah.
Yeah, just amazing.
I'm not saying that because my husband's playing with them. They just really are very gifted, talented musicians.
So amazing, and you feel God's presence.
Yep.
Period. And it's amazing. So I just wanted to, for me, I'm like, bring on the joy.
Yeah. Bring on the spa.
Bring on the spa. I always say, you can always just stop by, chill, and just come hang out, see what we have in the boutique. So we have a full range of different kinds of products for, healthy hair, healthy nails, healthy skin, anything from reducing acne to fixing brittle hair, etc. We have our chill brow. I don't know if I've ever given you our brow shaper, but it is the perfect brow pen, and we have it in this great little box, and it's a great gift for someone, and it's universal. So anyone doesn't matter the color of your skin, the color of your hair, it is one for everyone.
Really?
So it's masterful.
It's magic.
It is magic. It's our hero product for our Chillology line. So I'm definitely going to share this with you.
My gosh, I love that.
It's so amazing. So we have this in here, and then we have a Chill Girl look, which is, these are our brow shapers, and it's amazing. So my hair, my skin color, my girlfriend has red hair, my girls with blonde hair, my girlfriend who has black skin. It's just anyone and everyone, and it really makes a difference. Chillology, it's really about uniting people, and it's inclusive. And that's not my favorite word, is inclusive, because so many times when we say something's inclusive, we're actually eliminating someone.
Right.
And that's where I have a problem, and it's not my favorite word when we don't really mean it.
Yep.
Because I believe we should be respecting everyone, and not taking away certain things that are for certain people. Does that make sense?
It makes absolute sense.
I know that there's just so many things that we can chat about. But I love our product line because it is universal. It is hero products. So I am going to, and then we have our amazing lip seal. It is being faithful to our words. It's our red lip color, and it doesn't go anywhere. It stays on, and it's beautiful. So my gift to you and our famous lip balm. And we have truck drivers stopping by because they love our lip balm so much.
That's
so
awesome.
I think that's the beautiful thing about our product
Thank
line
you.
is it is universal. And yes, we do have some men that use our brow shaper. If you want to fill them in a little bit more, you can fill in your brows. We just keep it simple. It's really,
My
really
husband
nice.
has the opposite. He's got nice thick eyebrows. I have to like trim them up a little bit sometimes.
So you're a natural chill girl, trimming up brows. And we're waxing ears, getting all that hair out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, which is amazing. And so we have some like little spa days where you can just come in and get a beautiful candle. And my daughter makes these with the glasses, and it has a chill, our chill logo on there, and a little intentional notebook. Just write down your thoughts.
Nice.
So having chill moments at home. Yeah. So there's so many gifts, and I always say all are welcome. Just come in, browse. Check us out. I work with the most amazing ladies, and we are very, very blessed to be on Hanover Street. It's going to be 20 years in May, and
congratulations.
Yeah, we're so blessed, and we have so many chill babies. Gabby, who just had her baby, so many blessings for so many people. And I know we only have 2 minutes, so I hope we're going to see everyone at Christmas at the Arena. And it's just amazing, feeling Christmas.
So I've been using the Hallow app. Have you seen the Hallow app?
All right, so I've thought about downloading it.
So it's free for 90 days, and I am not on the take from Hallow. I don't make any commission. I just was looking at it because my son's Catholic, and we were talking about Advent, and I thought, you know what, with the craziness, I really want to do something that makes me pause during Advent and really remember why we're preparing for Christmas. And it does, if you do the Advent one, it's every day. Okay. So, I mean, you might have to play catch up a little bit, but they're only 15-minute segments each, right? Okay. So it's every day just taking a pause to think about Jesus and why we're preparing for his birth. And it's been really great. And they give you a little reminder. So I make sure I take 15 minutes just to have some time with the Lord and do this. And I think we all need to take a little bit more time during this season of preparation to actually remember why we're doing it, because it can be chaotic.
It is. It's it
not always in a bad way. I mean, we're with people more. We're celebrating. We're getting together more.
But then you're in the fight, and it's like hard to
silence. Yeah.
Pull back and.
Yeah. So check it out. Tell me if you check it out, and then what you think of it.
Yes, I'm definitely going to check it out. Thank you for reminding me, because you know what, those things are like, oh, I want to do this, but I haven't gotten to it yet.
Yep.
Yep. So take some time to be in the moment with God and
still.
Our family. Be still. Be still.
That's it. We're at time.
And until next time, stay chill, love one another, and I hope you have a joyous, joyous Christmas and holiday season. And God bless you and your families. And thank you so much for serving.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you for serving,
too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Merry
God
Christmas.
bless you. Merry Christmas.